Hi and welcome to my channel. Today is day 1 of our 5 Days of Christmas collaboration with Marna from the Dolls Rescued channel. The theme for today is one crochet hook. I decided I wanted to crochet a cute Christmas Blythe hat. I've made some before in different styles, but today I want to try making one shaped like this wool check pixie hat. Here's my crochet hook. It's 4mm size and I'll be using it with this white fuzzy yarn, along with this deep red cheap acrylic yarn. I'll also need needles and thread, a button for the closure and scissors. I begin with the red yarn, making a slip knot in the end and placing it on the hook. I pull a loop through this loop and repeat again and again, making a long chain. I didn't count my stitches here, I just continue looping until the chain reaches around 3 sides of a Blythe's head. Now I'll crochet into this foundation chain, holding it to the left of my hook. I push the hook into the loop next to the one my yarn is coming from. I pull through a loop so there are 2 on the hook, then loop the yarn over the tip of the needle and pull it through both loops on my hook. This forms one stitch and it's the same stitch I will use throughout. I repeat this, moving stitch by stitch down the chain till I reach the end. Once I've made a stitch in the last loop of the chain, I prepare to turn and stitch in the other direction. I pull one extra loop through the loop on my hook, then I turn my work around so it's all to the left of my hook again. Now I push the hook through the stitch next to the one my yarn is coming from. I pull a loop through to make 2 on the hook and pull a loop through those 2 to create my first stitch of the next row. This is essentially the process for the rest of the hat. Keep working through row after row until your rectangle reaches the desired size. My hat looks to be the right size now. The height is approximately 4.5 inches and the length is around 10 inches. I'm going to crochet a button loop before I move on. I do this by making another small chain of loops, just like the foundation chain. It just needs to be long enough to wrap around the button. So I snip the excess yarn and secure that end next to the start of the loop by looping the yarn into a knot. Now I'll be using this fluffy Velvet Touch yarn to make a cozy trim for the front. I believe I got this in B&M here in the UK. I'll attach this yarn to the front edge at the opposite side to the button loop. I push the hook through the first stitch space, loop the new yarn and treat it like the stitches I made before. I'll come back to the loose ends and weave them in after. I repeat the same stitch all the way until the end, snip the excess yarn, and pull it through a loop to finish. Now, using a large wool needle, I secure all the loose ends, hiding them inside nearby loops and trimming them. The hat will be closed up like this, just along one seam. I grab the end of my red yarn and push my hook through the last stitch spaces on both corners of the hat. I pull a loop through both spaces onto the hook. And now I'll try to stitch these loose yarn ends into my first couple of stitches. I hold them together and treat them as if they're all one strand of yarn. This just helps secure my ends. You could just as easily use the wool needle method to weave them in. Now I work my way up the back of the hat, pushing the hook through both fabric edges with each stitch. This creates a nice crisp ridge where they join, which I like for this hat style. Once I've stitched both sides together right to the tip, I snip off the excess yarn and pull it to knot. I use the hook to pull the loop to the inside of the hat. I snip the loose ends from the bottom, and now I'll sew on the button to finish it off. Here it is, all finished now. Let's try it on for size. Oh, that's cute. I love that furry trim. It's a perfect fit, and I really love this style of hat. Thanks so much for watching. Please let us know what you think in the comments, and we'll see you again next time. Bye!